Hey guys, this is Monkey Business and I have another Heroes and Dragon video for you. In this one we're going to be talking about the top rares in my opinion that is good for this game mode and a combination to help you. I cannot say this will take you to Phantom 11 or above, but I can for sure tell you that it can help you in the beginner levels. I will also be including some other valuable heroes in here as well. Not too deep in them, but the first rares I will. Hope you guys enjoy it, and let's start with the first section in the first few. Alright guys, welcome back. So for this first part we're going to talk about Kyro, and to be honest the reason why he's first because he is really good at what he do, and I didn't see the value in him until this game mode came out. When he first was presented, when I first got him, I said dang, kind of a waste, but then I started using him, building him up, got him a little tanky. I wanted to get him to assist star first. I did not finish leveling him up. I got a little lazy and I just had pizza. I'm sorry, but let me give you the gist of why he's so good. Well, I have enough of his last talent. Wait a minute. Alright, my bad guys. This is my first character that is maxed out, so you just see him get finished maxed out. I will give you his talents in a moment, but basically this is his model. Now he is a barbarian, therefore he got battle rush. When this actor enters battle, set sprint buff to this actor for 1 turn. Now of course he got a default attack, we're not worried about that one of course. Now let's talk about battle spirit. Now he can set increase attack buff to a single target for 2 turns. In addition, 50% chance this action resets a random skill cooldown of a single target. This is good for close combat. I'm not really using it that much because I have him standing in the back just buffing, but that is good if they do get close, and I do got my blood swords in the back with him that can really save them. Now the battle guardian, when this actor's HP drops below 50%, sets increased defense buff to all allies in the battlefield for 3 turns. I think 30%. Now that skill is real good too if you do get below, but the way I got his talents is almost rare, but it can still happen. Now the bread and butter is this one, battle prep. Set hidden buff to all allies in the battlefield for 3 turns, and set increased attack buff to all allies in the battlefield that are from the barbarian faction. I don't really care for the second part, but it's really good for the barbarian dragon, extremely good. So the hidden buff, what's that? Negative 50% damage received by attacks from non-adjacent positions. Therefore, if you're getting hit by a range attack, and if it's 2-3 squares away from you, you would take half that damage. If it's 3,000, you're going to take guaranteed 15,000, and then that's when your block and defense will come into effect. That's really good because for the first few battles with this buff, they're usually hitting ones. Now I'm going to show you Kyro talents and not the rest. That's going to be an extremely long video, I'm going to be honest with you. Well, for the first one I got enduring vitality, just to give him a little bit more health, just so he can survive a little bit longer. And I got team lifeblood. When an enemy hero dies, restore 5% of the target's max HP. So everybody in the battlefield can be triggered up 5 times. Blessing Surge. You know, it'll take a while to read these, so if you want to stop and read them, I'm gonna just go through them one by one. Alright, so the way I got him built, just give you a summary of the ones that I know by heart. Well, for one, this one, when a hero applies a buff to an ally, restore 5% of their target max HP to those targets. That can trigger 10 times. He can really be healing a lot during the first beginning of the battle, and to get rid of all the first beginning issues. And this one, he gets more armor or defense every time that he's attacked, and then he get even more defense. The whole idea of Kyro, if you haven't realized, the whole idea is to keep him alive, and even if he's not a healer, you can make him a healer so that his team can still survive. That's the whole gist of his setup of the way I got him. Alright, so then for the next one, it will be the Slime Master. Now this one really speaks for itself, especially if you are on the Heroes and Dragon Discord. He is probably the #1 summoning hero in the game right now, only because he's a rare and it's easy to get scrolls from. There are some strong epics and legendaries, but once again you gotta get scrolls to level those up. Now with the Slime Master, he is considered, or he is kind of tanky, and I got him with a lot of health, and his slimes are also strong. Right now for his basic summoning, they're at level 245, and for his slime bomb at 240. And I think I got 2 summon, yeah, that one, and I got one more summoning skill as well on him. I'm not gonna show all their talents. I'm gonna make separate build videos for that. But yeah, so I used the slime master. He's fully upgraded except for the talents, and this is his setup. Now usually you would just summon his slimes to defend everybody else, and then they explode adjacently and can hurt anybody alone that way. So they explode, they die. They do go based off the NPC level. So if we fight a level 200 mob, then it'll be just as strong as that, or stronger if it's a higher level most of the time, unless it's a boss or some of that sort. But regardless, the slime master is real good. You will make him tanky, have a lot of defense, and at least some attack just in case you get cornered. Now another good rare will be Sizzle, which he's a good AoE healer. My bad, that is actually the starting to turn. This one is called Smells Good. Restore 35% of the target's max HP to all allies within an active ability range. Now I think this one is a little bit worded differently, because I think it's of the target's max HP. So if you got 4,000, you get healed for 35 of your max HP and not his. So that was a little bit misworded, but it's still good when it's an AoE. And this can also heal on a better range if you give him the perception set. A lot of my guys in the guild Discord have explained that, which is very awesome. Now not only that, but if you got him turned to anybody that's adjacent, he can also reduce their cooldown, which is also good for the Phantom to keep your AoEs in order and keep your heals and revives in order just in case you need them. Now the other skills ain't bad, they're just there. This one's a single target heal and a buff, so not bad. And I got him maxed out as well. I don't got no talents on him yet because I was focused on other rares, but the rares are easy to talent. The only hard talent points to get is these down here, so just be wary of those. That's about it. Alright, and now to the next one. Now this one has a soft spot in my heart, only because she is good. I'm calling her the Earth, but she is the Earth Mage. Now the reason why she's good is because she's a very versatile hero. And the reason she's versatile because for one, her AoE heal and defense, this works very, very well. She is like a baby version of the Silver Shaman, very similar but different. So you can use her in combination with Kyro to keep his defense up and keep her increased, keep his hitting up and keep her increased defense up. And you can keep them on the same timeline. Like say if you use Kyro's skill and wait a turn, and then use her skill for 3 turns. They will stay in alignment with each other. And if you have another hero that can make zombies, like the Cannibal legendaries, if that legendary summoning was to get killed, then they can buff the entire team above for another duration of a turn, which is very good. And if you keep that stacking every other turn, then you can almost always have this up at the same time. I will show an example later in the video as well. Now another good thing about her build is the mud bath. The mud bath, where she hit 3 times, and it can remove all buff statuses from these targets, or those targets, I'm sorry. That is real good if you're fighting somebody that is very annoying. Now her default skill is technically this. You don't always use this unless she's close for this, but most of the time she will use the mud ball, and she is very good. I do plan to do a lot of talents with her, but not right now. I'm going to try to save a whole lot more, but she is my go-to on my other account. Now let me see. Now for the next one, this would be the Skull Slicer. Now there's really nothing too special about the Skull Slicer. The only reason I included him is because he's the only rare of quality that has the death streak, which is right here. When this hero kills an enemy, excluding minion, this active gains a extra turn, of course. So he's a rare, and I feel like he's underrated. Because he can attack adjacently, and he can attack adjacently 3 times. Like, that's almost instant kills back and forth. And then of course you got this one, which is a double hit, and that it can decrease defense, and of course death streak. Now for his passive, he's skeleton, so he's immune to burn, poison, intoxicate, leech, and bleeding effects. I think he is good because for one, he's a melee hero, and for 2, he do got a 2 speed and a 1 range. If you put a speed set on him, he'll probably be more valuable as a farm hero. But For Phantom, it'll be good for the early levels because he can easily just shred through them back and forth. Not only that, but he can stay healed up by your team already. Now the last one, now this one, I didn't know whether or not we're going to put her in here only because I didn't really test her out. I'm really going based off her spells. But I will be showing like a preview of all them heroes towards the end. Now this is the Skull Ice Wizard. Now the reason I included her was for a few reasons. One is her Frozen Bones. Set increased defense buff to all allies in the battlefield for 2 turns. In addition, restore 35% of target's max HP to all allies in the battlefield that are from Skeleton faction. Good at Dragon Dungeon, but most likely not Phantom unless you have another skeleton, which is the Skull Slicer, which is a good combination. That's the only reason I really included her. Not only that, but she can have some freeze effects. It's not really why I chose her, but that's still nice to have, just to slow or to freeze somebody to not try and get to her. And of course, same passive, immunity to burn, poison, intoxicate, leech, and bleeding. She could be very valuable. I probably wouldn't put her above a 4-star. She could probably help you go up to 8, but like I said, towards the end, I'm going to gear everybody else who isn't geared. Let me see. I know Skull Slicer isn't, Earth Mage isn't, and Sizzle isn't. I might leave out the Slimer probably because it's 6 of them, or I might leave out one of the healers. But besides that, this is a good lineup of rares you can use for Phantom 1 through 10. Even 1 through 8, honestly, you might got a manual 9 and 10, but it shouldn't be that difficult. So now for the special guest, which I thought I had her in here, I did not. Hold on 1 second. There we go. The Alchemist. Now I'm actually using the Alchemist on my other account, and she's actually pretty decent with the talents, because she can keep on healing and keep on staying alive. I already made a build video, so I'm not gonna really go in depth in this review, but you already know how she is. Every round she hits back if she get hit, and she heals per round based off her HP. And if you know the support tree, they got a lot of stuff for, if you take this amount of damage, you get this amount of defense back. I plan to make her to increase her defense and increase how much she heal, even based off of Ali's death, just so she can stay alive and still go. Now she is very good if you don't want to use the what's his name one more time, Skull Slicer. So she could be a very good replacement per se. And so for Kyro, if you put him inside the range Phantom, he can really do well in here. Now his limit as a 5-star was really at 10, I believe, at 10 or 11, but I was able to push 12, and I'm still trying to push on 13. I'm gonna try and get 13 done this weekend. Now if you want a good combination for the range dungeon, alright, click on it. Now this is my original team, but with my team, you know what, I'm gonna just show you guys the battle on the next slide. I'm gonna have them all here prepared, and I'm probably gonna do one each or just one. So thank you for watching this section. Continue to the last one. Thank you.